Sam, kick us off.
Hello, Jurgen. Are you surprised by the performance today, rather than the results, or both?
I'm not surprised by the performance, because that would mean I never saw something like that before. I saw it a lot of times, and so what I can say, and I think 3-0 is a bit harsh, but we had a big hand in that, so we don't have to think about that. We have to start with the most important thing. Congratulations, Watford, well deserved. That's how it should. What should be the headline, and we didn't perform like we should have, and Watford performed exactly like they wanted. First half, we had. Can I explain that? There was little football things that didn't work out for us, like from where we wanted to cross, from where we wanted to pass, when we wanted to play the balls in behind, when we used the runs, when we used our offers and when we didn't. So things we usually do naturally right. We didn't do that right tonight. So that makes it a game already pretty tense, where you think, whoop, that's not an easy one today. I knew that before, that's not easy, but then you really feel it. We spoke about football things in half time, and I really liked the start in the second half. The reaction was good, exactly like it should be. Now positioning was different. We mixed it on the wing a little bit more, mixed it up a little bit more, and then we conceded the first goal. Not long after that, we conceded the second one. Both goals obviously completely different. One is a throw-in, bouncing ball. Troy used his body, I think, again in that situation, so we cannot defend that ball. Second one, we lose the ball, they pass the ball, and Sarr is on his bike and scores a really nice one. And the third one we gave pretty much away by ourselves, but in the end it was still a nice finish by Troy Deeney. So that's it. We had not enough chances. We didn't create enough, and that's what leads then to a defeat. That's how football is, and it had nothing to do with the games you won before, had nothing to do with the games you will win. It's just this one football game, and for tonight we have to admit that Watford was the better team.
Ollie? Yeah,
obviously in the media we talk a lot about an unbeaten season and 49 games and that kind of thing. Does the fact that that's not going to happen now matter to you at all?
Not really, because I don't think you can break records because you want to break records. You break records because you are 100% focused on each step you have to do, whatever record it is. This is a marathon or whatever. And for that you have to perform, and the boys performed. That's why we won the game so often. But tonight we were not good enough, and we cannot. That's not now a plus for me that I think in history, when they look back in 500 years and will say, yeah, and then Liverpool nearly did it. Nearly, that's not my main concern. You cannot change that, and it was always clear at one point, and any time we will lose a game, sometime we'll lose a game. And we didn't wait for it, to be honest, but it was clear that it will happen, so we didn't think about it and still knew it will happen, and tonight it happened, and now I see it rather positive, because the closer you come to these records, I'm not bothered, but I'm not sure how other people think about that, so from now on we can play free football again. We don't have to defend or try to get a record, we just can try to win football games again, and that's what we will do.
Simon, then Steve on the front. Sorry for the noise outside there. Simon,
you said that tonight you weren't doing things naturally, things that you normally do. It's been a grueling season. Do you think tiredness is coming into that a little bit? Is that been a factor?
No. Nothing with tiredness. All teams have the same. Do you ask for tiredness, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So why were the things that you...
It's normal in football. Your shape is not something what you can take for granted. Form is not something you can take for granted. Other team. Why do we have the amount of points? Because we fought against each little feeling in the body when it was like this or like that. Maybe when concentration level looked like it will drop, we fought against that, against fortunes, against everything, and that's why we have the amount of points. And so when other teams do the same, but in this season couldn't get the same amount of points. So that's why, because it's so difficult. It's not easy to explain why it exactly tonight it didn't happen for us, but it should not be now the biggest sensation in world football that it happens. We play only against teams. They fight with all they have for their own targets. And now Watford was the first team who could really use that. For me, you asked me if what was the biggest surprise, the performance or the result. The biggest surprise for me is that Watford fights for staying in the league. So, and that's incredible with the quality and stuff like this. Not that I want to put pressure now on them, but the other teams as well. You play West Ham when we played there, we were clear better. The home game, wow, new players in, whatever, and it looks different because now is the moment where everybody's fighting like crazy, and we fight already the whole season like crazy. And tonight we lost that battle. Yeah, what can I say now? That it's not acceptable, or what? We don't think it's not so important because we won so many games, but we don't think as well it's the biggest catastrophe in the world of football. We feel the defeat really. It's absolutely exactly opposite of what we wanted to have. We have to feel that. And now we have the chance to show a reaction again, and it's what we will do. And whatever you will do with it, do it. I heard it already because it's not the first interview I give. Obviously, it's number 10 pretty much. That some people saw it coming. Ask me if I saw it coming. No, only because the last game was not the most convincing in our career together. That doesn't mean that the next one has to be the same. You can always change things. That's how it is. If you win a game 5-0, the next one doesn't mean that you win it 5-0, will win it 5-0 again, or it will be an easy one just because you have a bit more confidence. So we fought and played the game by game so far, and that will continue. That the series is over or whatever, a record is not, or some records are not possible anymore. It's not that we wanted that, but it's not really my concern.
Okay, Steve, and then we'll finish over there. Okay.
Jurgen, I would imagine, I know you're very demanding of your team, your players. I would imagine it's quite hard to criticise them really after.
No.
You will still criticise them, will you?
We criticise them all the time. We criticize after the United game, after Leicester game, after Man City game. It's complete criticism. Is not somebody telling you are too silly to play football. Criticism is to tell somebody what went wrong. So, and that's what we do constantly, and we will not change that now because of that. I know maybe a little bit in which direction your question goes, but how I said, we win a game, and after the game, the boys get immediately kind of a 5-minute summary of what I have already or still in my mind about the game. Everybody can then leave the dressing room straight because I'm not shouting at them or stuff like this. I didn't do it today. I didn't do it after other games. But criticism can happen all the time. We never stopped being critical with ourselves.
Okay, final question, gentlemen, then we'll do them.
Based on what you said about how good Watford were tonight, West Ham were the other night, does that now put into perspective?
Norwich as well, by the way, sorry.
That put into perspective how good this 44-game run has been to
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm not celebrating a 44. I don't know the number. I think you said 49, you said 45, and I couldn't say who's right because I just don't know it. I'm not interested. But I know that things like this are really difficult because the boys have to beat everything, each little pain, each big pain, each inner voice, each voice from outside, stuff like this. So many, the influence from everywhere. You cannot lose it anymore. You cannot win it anymore. You cannot do all that stuff. That's what it's the world. So you have to stay on track. And yet, what the boys did so far is exceptional. But it's not over. That's the only thing I'm interested in. It's not over. We will go again. Promise, 100%, and then we will see where it leads us to. We didn't expect the number of games we won, but we are not that surprised that it's possible because the boys showed last year already a pretty impressive season. So, but it was never easy, will never be easy. So now let's carry on.